Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Oh, welcome to my Asshole Podcast. It is a Thursday. We got another beautiful Thursday episode for you guys. We're going to be doing a thread as well as our book. We're going to be continuing that. We're almost done with Beautiful Venom, man. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you've been thinking about Beautiful Venom so far. What are your thoughts, comments, and concerns with the book? Because I like it. I think I enjoy it, but it is a little... I don't know. It's one of those books where you can tell they're really trying to drag it into a series. They're trying to make it into multiple books because I feel like everything that she could have or wanted to accomplish, she could have done in this one book. I think for some reason, she just, like, the author went ahead and just made the character, just deviate so far left off of what she was supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And I was just like... I don't really know. It's like the book lost its plot. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It could turn it around in the last 2.5 hours of the book. We never know, but I don't know. I looked at it like it was good in the beginning because she was dealing with Homeboy and she was dealing with all the rich snobby people or whatever, for a reason. Like, she was dealing with it for a reason. She was just like, all right, I gotta find, my sister or whatever. Like, at this point, I don't even know what she was trying to do, just because, like, we've veered off the plot so far. Like, I don't remember what we were doing. Something about her sister, some plot going with her sister and this and that. I don't even remember, bro. I just remember it was her sister something. You guys can let me know down in the comments what it was, because it was just like she was so set and adamant on, like, all right, I need to find this thing, or I need to get information on this, because I think her sister's like in the hospital or something like that because something happened to her, and all of a sudden, she's just like, oh man, this dude gives out some great dick. You know what? Anything that was going on with my sister, fuck it. Don't give a shit about it anymore. And I'm just like, wait.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, I thought we was trying to find out the mystery and what was going on. All of a sudden, that's just gone because you're getting some good dick now. All right, I guess so. You know what I mean? I don't know. I thought it was going to go a different way. It's kind of like in Haunting Adeline, where, like, she was trying to find Gigi's killer. Like, Adeline was trying to find Gigi's killer for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, she gets to a point where she falls in love with Zayd and, kind of accepts Zayd a lot more. And then once she accepts him, she's just like, Gigi's killer, who? I'm just like, bitch, we're still trying to find Gigi's killer, bro. Like, what the fuck? Even the second book. Like, I went as far as the second book just to see, okay, are we going to continue the Gigi killer side of the story? No, we don't. Spoiler alert. No, we don't. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I just feel like this is kind of the same thing where it's just like she has like this goal and then it just gets instantly derailed by some good dick. And I'm just like, all right, bro. Like, I guess so then. You know what I mean? I don't know. You guys let me know again what you think about the book in the comments. I really want to know. But without further ado, we're going to get into our thread. Our thread for today is, what was the worst decision you ever made because you were horny? All right. Heard gunshots, still went in that house, post-nut clarity is crazy. I legit spent the entire ride home thinking about how I would never have gone there with a clear mind. I was young, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care how potentially good the cheeks are gonna be. Gunshots is crazy. Alright, gunshots is wild, bruh. Man, because you could have walked in there thinking you were getting some coochie and they was handing out hot plates of death. Yeah, like, nah, man, not me, chief. Nah, I would have turned around and be like, hey, maybe you can come to my house. You know, like, bruh, no. That's crazy. All right, what was the worst decision you ever made because you were horny? Slept with the ex of a man who my wife ran off with, making us both exes on the same day? What? So she slept with the ex of a man who my wife ran off with. Hold. How do you see some of this stuff? I'm like, how do you even talk the other person into doing this? You know, like when dudes are like with a girlfriend, right? And then the dude and the girl break up, and then he ends up sleeping with the sister. I'm like, nigga, how did you talk the sister into doing that? Like, she knows who you are. She knows your affiliation. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't get it. I'm just like, how does this type of thing transpire? What kind of backroom deals are we setting up to get this happen, man? Because that's some crazy shit. That is like some, telenovela level shit where it's just like, bruh, how in the hell do you just like, how does that even come up in conversation? You know what I mean? How does that even come up in conversation? Like that's another thing that I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Hey, all right. What was the worst decision you ever made while horny? Use the OG micro bead shampoo where there were BB pellet sized plastic beads in it as a form of lube in the shower. Felt great, but it stripped away the skin and tenderized my hot dog. I walked like a cowboy for 2 weeks, bruh. Oh, that's gotta suck. I guarantee you just killed all of the sensitivity in your dick, bro. Man, he was just like, it burned so good, though. Nah, man, that's crazy. I don't even know what microbeading shampoo is. Why do you have microbeading shampoo, my guy? That's what I want to know. All right? Like, the fact that you used it to, because at that point, it's like, all right, if you're in the shower, bro, you don't really need anything. Why would you need lube in the shower, my guy? You know what I mean? You're not dry beating it in the shower. Like, the water it should be good enough, my guy. What are we doing here? Some soap. Like, okay, maybe not soap. I don't know about soap. You know what I mean? Yeah, because if it gets in the hole, bro, oh, yeah, it's going to burn. It's going to burn like a motherfucker. But still, I digress. Like, my guy, why do you have microbeading shampoo? What do you need microbeading shampoo? Like, I thought this was a girl, and I was about to be like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. But this is a dude, so I'm like, nigga, what you got microbeading shampoo for? All right. What was the worst decision you ever made because you were horny? Fucked a stripper at the club, then getting home and realizing that there was probably security cameras in that room. I mean, I think your biggest worry is you're glad that she didn't give you anything. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because you got to understand, the ones that are willing to do that in the club are usually typically the ones that got something going on. You know what I mean? They burning, they itching, they crabbing, they clapping, they doing something. They ing something. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'd be more worried about if my Johnson is good. I'd go to the doctor and be like, yo, I need you to check out my little man because I don't know if he contracted something, got something, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, because it's one of those things where, like, when you think about like an escort or stripper or just any woman of that nature, you think like, oh yeah, that's hot. Oh yeah, that's this, that's that. You know what I mean? Like, you think in that way. And then when you actually kind of like get that post-nut clarity side of it and you think about the other ramifications, you're just like, yeah, no, I don't think I want to I don't think I want to participate in that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're just like, nah, I don't think I want to participate in that. That doesn't seem fun for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's something I'm just like, no thanks. No thanks. What was the worst decision you ever made while horny? At 19, I made 32-hour round trip to pick up some girl I met in an AOL chat room a couple of weeks prior so she could live with me. When I got to South Florida, it wasn't just her. It was her and her severely bipolar mother. About a week in, I lost the horniness and attraction and dropped her off at a relative's house a couple hours away. Bro, that's crazy. 32 hours because you were horny, bro. After 4 hours, I would have just been like, probably not even 4, bro. Probably after maybe like 2 or 3, I would have just been like, all right, the horniness ain't worth it. You know, like I would just kind of be like, yeah, the horniness really ain't worth it, bro. Yeah, like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I'm good on that, bro. Yeah. So yeah, nah. Nah, I'm good on that. I'm fucking good on that. I ain't gonna lie to you. 32 hours, that's a motherfucking commitment, bro. You know what I mean? That is a motherfucking commitment. Like you are, you better than most. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh-oh. God damn it. It assassinated my thread. Give me one moment. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I think I lost my thread. Okay, hold on. We found it back. We're good. I hate when my phone does that. All right. Okay, what was the worst decision you ever made while horny? Nope, hold on. Okay. Home on leave whilst in the military, hooked up with a girl a few times. She managed to track phone number to my barracks and would call me all the time. Next thing on a Friday, she called me, told me she was at the airport. She has left home and is flying to where I am to move in with me. Oh, hell no. Facts. Borrowed a mate's car to head her off the airport. Next minute, we're in a motel screwing our brains out for the weekend. Managed to send her home. Stopped taking her calls. Fast forward to Christmas, and my parents pick me up from the airport. Meet me at the gate saying they had a surprise in the car. Guess who? Yep. She tracked down my parents and had told them we're going out. To top it all off, from the airport, we were going camping, and guess who came along? Refused to have anything to do with her worst Christmas ever, bro. She was trying to get you to marry her, man. She was trying to get that, like, military wife life. She had heard, like, oh, yeah, if you get with a military dude, you ain't got to work, do nothing, chilling, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, housing taken care of. They get a little bonus check. You know what I mean? You get the whole, like, free health care nonsense on it, bruh. She was trying to lock that motherfucker down. She was like, yeah, I need this. This right here, this is what I'm talking about. Man, that's crazy. Wow, bruh. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You kind of let that happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, you should have known she was a crazy woman in the beginning. But I ain't gonna lie to you. I've said it multiple times on the podcast, and I'll continue to say it. It's always the crazy ones that got the best coochie. And you're like, God damn it, bruh. God damn it, bruh. You know? Yeah, like, it is always the craziest one. It's like, bro, why? Why has crazy ones got the best coochie, man? Why can't we get like a little 50-50, you know what I mean? She's like half sane, you know, half crazy. It's always the full crazy. I'm telling you, if you do find a girl that's half crazy, half not, the coochie's gonna be alright. You know? You get the full crazy though, that's where it's at. That's the golden goose of coochie, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, what the fuck? And I know that's what he was saying to himself, because I guarantee you his homies were just like, bro, what the fuck are you doing, man? Why are you with this girl? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you tolerating? And he's just like, bruh, the walls, man. The walls. They are tremendous. tremendous walls, man. I can't get away from them, and so yeah, bro, it's bad. It's all bad. Alright, what was the worst decision you ever made while horny? Slept with my first wife after divorce. She cheated on me and was with her ex who had cheated on her. She cheated on him, but then he got back at her by cheating on her. Damn, bro. Damn. Bruh. Y'all might as well just not even be together with any of y'all. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, she cheated on him because, they were exes because she cheated, and then she got with another dude, cheated on that dude with him, and then he found out and was just like, all right, cool, I'm gonna cheat on you with another girl. And it's just like, bruh, I always say it, man. The way you get a girl is the way you lose her, man. It's like if you're willing to date a girl who is willing to cheat on her dude, it's only a matter of time before she cheats on you. And it's either with her ex, with a random dude, with so and so, this and that. Like, it never works out, bro. Ever. It never works out. And that's why, for me, I be looking at it like, girls like that, nah, I be just having fun with them. And you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, yeah, you want to cheat on your mans? You want to have sex and all this kind of stuff? Cool, we're doing that. But we ain't getting into no relationship if this nigga finds out. You know what I mean? If this dude finds out, we ain't getting into no relationship. That's not happening. You are not going to be my girl. You're not going to be somebody I take home to mom's. You're not going to be somebody I take serious. That's just not going to happen. That's crazy, bro. That dude still be like taking those kind of girls serious. I'm like, why? How you get her is how you lose her, my guy. Just dumb, bro. Like, nah, that's a girl you just have fun with. You know what I mean? You just have fun with her. You don't really go any further with that. Like, that's crazy. All right, what is the worst decision you've ever made because you're horny? Applying icy hot on my sore back and then rub one out thoroughly, washing my hands. Still not as bad as scratching my junk when I still had clove oil on my hand. I wonder what clove oil is. And my guy, what are you doing, man? Icy hot? No, icy hot on your shit. It ain't what it's cracked up to be. I ain't gonna lie to you. Your dick is a muscle. You know what I mean? And you would think, oh yeah, it's that icy cool and then that hot, relief. No, that shit'll fuck you up, man. And how do I know? I've tried it. I ain't gonna cap to you, man. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, I've tried it.
What did he say?
It is bad. It's bad. Because you think, man, icy hot feels good on your back. It feels good on your lower back, feels good on your shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, why not? Why would it not? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it wasn't like one of those, like, I directly, like, put a pad on there or something like that. No. It was just a simple thing where I did have it on my shoulder. And then, I just thought to myself, oh, yeah, I don't need to wash my hands, whatever. Yeah, nah, man. Nah, like, it's one of those, it'll have you in the first half, and then in the second half is where it loses you. Because, the icy is great. You're like, oh, damn, okay, oh, shit, oh, icy's dying, okay. And then the hot comes, and you're like, oh, God, oh, Jesus Christ, get this off of me. Oh, you're over there in the shower immediately, fully clothed, you know what I mean? You got your pants around your ankles in the shower, you just trying to rub that shit, man, like you're starting a fire. I swear to Bob, bro, it's bad. Bad, man, I ain't gonna cap to you. Oh, my God. All right, we're going to do two more, and then we'll get into the book. What was the worst decision you ever made while horny? My ex and I were sitting on a park bench in the UK. I'm American. We didn't see each other much because we were both broke and lived 3,500 miles apart, so we had a lot of pent-up horny. I rubbed her, thang, on the park bench under a coat until she came, and she jerked me off until I came, both separately, in a park on a bench under a coat. There were people around, but we were subtle about it. No one knew, right? Nah, bro, they knew. They knew. They were just like, oh, look at these fucking goon-ass weird people. And I'm surprised nobody went up to you and be like, oi, mate, what are you doing? There are kids here. What the fuck? We see what you're doing. She's jerking you, Jack Johnson. God damn it. My British turned into a bit of Australian there. God damn it. But yeah, you get the point, man. You know, it's like, bruh, they knew. They were just disgusted. They were like, what the fuck, man? What are you doing? I'm surprised, you know, they didn't try to like call the police on you, and then he comes with his little baton and whistle. Honestly, bro, UK cops are sad, bro. The UK cops are fucking sad. Their little baton and their whistle, bro. They're just like, shh, shh. You get over here. Well, what are you doing? Like, bro, threatening to beat you with their little billy club and shit. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, but nah, bro, they saw you. They saw you, bro. They just didn't say nothing because you weird, man. You mad weird. Oh, Jesus. All right, that one's long. What was the worst decision you've ever made while horny? Constantly forgetting to buy condoms, and both of us being horny that we still go for it, trying to pull out in time but missing the window and coming inside. Then she is even more horny and goes, well, anyway, might as well have more sex now, and just going for it an extra 5 times without a condom and a full come inside. It was just so stupid and reckless at 17. Bro, I'm surprised you didn't have, I was expecting like, boom, baby. You know what I mean? That's what I was expecting. I was expecting, boom, that you having a baby. You're pregnant now. You know what I mean? Like that, I was so expecting that. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was expecting that. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm so surprised that did not happen. You know what I mean? I am so very, very surprised. That's crazy. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, like, for me, if it gets to that point where I'm just like, oh, you know, having unprotected sex, if you will, bro, hey, man, the pull-out game is gonna be mad strong. It's gonna be mad. I ain't fucking with that shit. I am not fucking with that at all. No, thank you. Golly, you're crazy. Crazy. But that's going to go ahead and be today's thread, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the thread. The craziness of people nowadays. My goodness. The horny takes over, and it's just like, if there's no bonk around to take them to horny jail, you do stupid shit. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. All right. We're going to hop into announcements and get right on into the book. So, patreon.com/My Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys are the real goats, and I appreciate that so very much. Keep downloading the episode, as well as rating us 5 stars on your preferred platform. If you want to help out even more, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is helps out tremendously, and it is for free. So without further ado, let's get on into the book. All right, so let's do the dang thing.
32. Kane. Any news about Violet? I swerve the car in and out of traffic, driving as fast as I can without crashing the fucking thing. I've been going like this for the past several hours, ever since I received the call from Samuel that made my worst nightmare come true. She's in the dungeon. In the dungeon. Dahlia. In Grant's fucking dungeon. A place no one should ever be in, especially not Dahlia. Not after what I gave up to keep her out of Grant's claws. That's when the dooming realization hits me. Uncle Caden was right. Revealing my cards might have given Dahlia immunity for some time, but Grant will never let her survive. Not after she's proven to be my Achilles heel. He'll eliminate her just to maintain a hold on me. He'll hurt her just to teach me a lesson. I considered asking Jude and Preston to save her for me, to get as many of their guards as they could and just march in. But they and their guards don't compare to the small army my father has on the estate. Besides, Grant would call their fathers, and that would be the end of that. The heavy breathing from the other end of the phone fills my car, and the shuffle of footsteps follows before Jude's rough voice filters through. I couldn't locate Violet in any of our hospitals or safe houses. I'm done searching blindly, so I'm walking to my brother's office and won't leave until he gives me the information I need. My hand tightens around the steering wheel. Julian can't be threatened, and you know that. Not him, no, but his wife. That's a different fucking story. He doesn't give a fuck about his wife. If he didn't, he wouldn't have made her live in a goddamn gilded cage. He got her expelled from the society, Jude. That's his idea of protection. I know because I'm having the same thoughts. Guess I'll have to test the theory. Don't. It's risky. I have to take my chances. A mumble of voices follows, Jude ignoring his brother's assistant and then shouting, "Everyone out!" The shuffle of feet, murmurs, and then Julian's clear voice. "You need to quit your punch first and ask questions later habits. They're a disgrace to the Callahan name." "I'm going to show you the actual disgrace, big bro." "Jude, don't," I say in a tight voice. "I didn't mean it's risky, as in it might not work. It's risky because it could work. Threatening Julian will only make him more antagonistic." "I don't give a fuck," he spits out. "Let me talk to him. I can handle this." "No, you can't. Pass Julian the phone. Do us both a favor and let me do the talking." There's a low curse before his voice sounds far away. "It's Kane. He wants to talk to you." I tap my finger on the steering wheel as Julian's clear voice echoes in my car. "What can I do for you, Davenport?" The real question is, what else can you do to grow the Callahan empire? Are we having a business talk? Nothing that different from what you had with Grant. You're far behind, kid. Besides, I'm disappointed in you. Disappointed? You brought a liability into our midst. A little girl with several tricks up her sleeve and shady motivations that could sabotage our ways. You either allowed her to perform DNA tests on you and your teammates, or you weren't aware, which is even worse. My fingers tighten until I'm sure I'll break the steering wheel. I knew Julian was in the know about everything that goes on in the Callahan facilities, but I didn't think he'd care about a nameless campus lab. "Grant is correct," Julian continues. "I had extremely high hopes for you, especially after watching your behind-the-scenes methodical modus operandi. However, you allowed a mere fucking girl to topple it all to the ground." "Not all." "Oh? You think I'd hand Grant everything in my arsenal? That I'd remain defenseless? Me, of all people? Good for you. However, I still have no interest in internal conflict. I have my own to take care of. Then stay out completely, and I promise whatever the outcome you won't be a loser." I pause. "You know Grant's temper. You're well aware of his failing business decisions lately, due to which he had to cut funding for your new experimental drug. His failing business decisions don't compare to your massive loss of judgment. It's not a loss of judgment. It's part of a plan." "What plan?" "Let Violet go and we might discuss this further." "Good one. Unfortunately, however, Violet is a family issue now, as it affects my brother." "Let's go outside," Jude says from the other end. "We'll fight it out." I have no intention of throwing fists. What an uncultured motherfucker. It's an embarrassment to call you my brother. Julian sighs, then tells me, "If I see a manifestation of your plan, I might consider backing off, but that's all I can offer. Now, if you'll excuse me, Jude is going to punch me and I need to break his arm." Beep, beep, beep. Fuck! I hit the steering wheel but take a deep breath. It's useless to try to convince Julian with words anyway. If he wants action, then so be it. An hour of reckless driving later, I arrive at my parents' house and nearly hit the entrance. The late-night air is suffocating. To think I had the best time of my life not 24 hours ago, and now I'm back to this absolute shithole is fucking revolting. As soon as I get out, I spot a slim silhouette walking back and forth by the massive front door. Upon seeing me, Helena charges toward me. Her nightrobe clings to her frail body and her eyes are sunken, dark circles surrounding them like bottomless pits.
"Kane! Honey, don't go in!"
I stop and stare down at her bony hand clutching my arm. "Let go, Mother." She adds another hand digging her nude nails into my black jacket, shaking her head.
"I heard Samuel call you. You shouldn't have come back. You shouldn't be here."
I shouldn't be here. Then where should I be, hiding? Burying my head in the sand. Being you.
You don't understand. If you go in there, he'll torture you.
Something I'm extremely familiar with, but she's not, Mother. She flinches, her cheeks losing all color. This is the first time I've raised my voice at her. I might have kept my distance from my mother, but I've treated her cordially, with respect as expected of me. Now, though, I turn around and grab her by the shoulders and shake her hard. She defended you, Helena, even after she knew you stood by and watched while the man you chose to have a kid with tortured that kid. She said you must have been helpless. You must have tried to stop it but couldn't. She said you're mentally fragile and couldn't handle this type of life, so you withdrew as a defense mechanism. She gave you the benefit of the doubt. She begged me to be kinder to you, to not forget and erase you. She asked if you and I could turn over a new leaf. I started seeing you from her perspective, through her eyes, because she lost her mother at a young age. She has these rosy concepts about mothers and affection, so I shouldn't have listened to her warped logic. But I still came by, didn't I? I still conformed to the benefit of the doubt she gave you. And now you're asking me to let her be tortured and watch. I'm not you, Mother. Do you understand? Tears stream down her face as she trembles uncontrollably.
I just want you to be safe. I hate for anything to happen to Dahlia either. She's been the only color in my life lately, and I begged Grant to let her go, but you know he never listens to me. I don't want her to be hurt, but I would hate losing you more.
You already lost me 15 years ago, Mother. I let her go and push past her as I stride through the mansion, down the dim halls with the ugly dark green wallpaper. Throughout the years I've been walking these halls, I've only felt numbness, and lately the consolation that this will soon come to an end. But right now my muscles are tense, my steps wide. I've never rebelled against my father, and it wasn't because I couldn't. After I hit puberty, I became as big as he is and even more muscular. If I'd wanted to hit him, I would have. But violence is not my style, and I refuse to be molded into a copy of him. So I connived behind closed doors. I gathered all the intel about his trusted executives and used it to turn those pigs against him. I actively sabotaged each of his new ventures, starting talks within the company and even Vencor. I didn't want to physically harm Grant. That wouldn't have accomplished anything. Seeing his empire crumble before his eyes, however, witnessing the son he labeled a weakling take over, that would break him. Two of my father's men stand guard in front of the dungeon's metal door. Buff, muscular, their gaze is mean. They're part of the crew my father uses to do his dirty work. Some thugs who specialize in intimidation and breaking bones. The bald one extends an arm. No one is allowed in. Step away. I won't repeat myself. Boss said no one. I pull out my gun with the silencer and shoot him between the eyes. His friend reaches for his weapon, but I shoot him in the face before he can act. Blood splatters on my face, reddening my gaze. They both fall to the ground with a thud, and I step over them as I sheath my gun. The moment I open the door, everything comes to a halt. The place reeks of dampness and rot, the familiar stench of cold stone and blood curling into my nostrils. But that isn't what makes the world stop. It's Dahlia. The white light casts a harsh shadow on her face as she hangs from the ceiling, her body limp, dripping wet clothes clinging to her discolored skin. Water pools beneath her feet, reflecting the light like shattered glass. Her features are lifeless, devoid of the cheerful and defiant energy she wears like a badge of honor. Her soaking hair is plastered to her skin. Blood gushes from where the chains dig into her flesh. Deep red rivers trickling down her arms, mixing with the water that drips from her clothes. Her eyes are clamped shut, and she's shaking. Every breath she takes is a thin cloud of mist that barely escapes her lips before dissolving. The sour tang of sweat and blood sharpens and fills my senses as I spot Grant standing in front of her, tall, erect, with that sadistic gleam in his eyes, as he approaches Dahlia with a whip in hand. She flinches as he gets closer, a tremor quaking her entire body. Something inside me snaps. All the torture I've lived through pales compared to this. No matter how brutal they were, how painful it got, I was born into this. It's what was expected of me. Dahlia is fucking different. Grant's third lackey approaches me. "You're not supposed to be here." I shoot him in the head and bypass him. My father finally turns in my direction. He has a bandage on his chin that, according to Samuel, is due to a cut he had when he came back, and he was cursing Dahlia for it. That made me so fucking proud. He might have kidnapped her, but my wildflower didn't leave without a fight. My father looks at his dead man and narrows his eyes at me. "What the fuck do you think you're doing, Kane?" I let the gun rest at my side. "You gave me your word. You said you wouldn't touch her. That was before I learned how much you actually gave up for this nameless bitch. She's a liability that needs to be taken care of." Trembling uncontrollably, Dahlia flutters her eyes open. Their color flickers between brown and yellow as she shakes her head and mouths.
Go, Kane. Please.
That fucking girl thinks she can protect me, even though she's hanging from the fucking ceiling. What the actual fuck? I burst out laughing, holding the gun flat against my temple. It hits me then. Seems that aside from the chains my father wrapped around my wrists, I subconsciously shackled myself too. I believed his hypocritical speech about the Davenport bond. Somehow, even though I grew taller and much stronger than him, I never considered hurting him physically like he hurt me, because at some point I believed his words, that I was a defect he was fixing, and didn't consider his punishment wrong. When I was younger, I even blamed myself for being born a weakling and not meeting his expectations. Jude and Preston didn't need to be locked up in their father's basements to be cold-blooded. Why wasn't I the same? Why wasn't I wrong? The answer is, I'm not the one built wrong, he is. He's the one who twisted me the fuck up just to fit the mold that suits his vision. And I still thought I couldn't hurt him, because he spawned me. But now the fog has lifted. The metaphorical rusty chains that I've clasped around my own wrist since I was a kid break, and I laugh harder. "Have you lost your goddamn mind?" Grant asks. "On the contrary, I've never seen things so clearly." I let out a sigh. "You know, I figured out that becoming like you is the ultimate goal. I had to be so ruthless, so detached and cold nothing would faze me. Not personal relationships, not people I spent my whole life with, not even my own mother. Connections are only formed for mutual gain. Being emotionless was the true answer to any problem. Treating everyone like pawns would get me to the top faster and more efficiently." "That is correct." "Yes, but you see, Father, you're in my way." He faces me, his shoulders bunching. "Me? Yes, I want the Davenport throne so I can do things the way I see fit and fix your fuck-ups. You're a hindrance, preventing my progress." "The Davenport throne? Don't make me laugh. You gave it up for this nobody. Do you believe I'll ever let you ascend it in your state?" "Let me." I raised my hand. The gun steady, my finger relaxed. "I don't need you to let me." "You'll kill me," he snarls. "For her. For me. Messing with her was only the last straw." He curses and swings his hand in Dahlia's direction to hit or kill her, I don't know. It doesn't reach her anyway, because I pull the trigger. The bullet hits the back of his head. I don't see his face as he falls, his body hitting the ground, motionless. Finally, silent. I wait for the feelings of guilt, for the conflict, for the slightest hint of remorse. Nothing. I guess he really brought me up well.
Kane.
A small voice whispers in the midst of the blood-soaked silence. So small and calming. So small and sad. I look up and freeze. Dahlia looks at me with tears streaming down her cheeks, dripping to her collarbone. Right. She saw me do that unsightly thing. She must think I'm a true monster now, Her chin trembles and she whispers,
"I'm so sorry."
and then her head falls forward and she passes out.
33. Dahlia. A deep voice swirls around my head. A very familiar, rough voice that only softens for me. My eyes flutter open, adjusting to the dim light illuminating the room. My body's heavy, and everything aches against the soft sheets beneath me. They're cool against my skin, smelling faintly of cedarwood and fresh detergent. Where is this place? Recent memories slash through my psyche. The torture, Kane's father, Kane's words. Kane. I startle into a sitting position. Am I in his old room? It's surprisingly simple aside from the luxurious cream wallpaper. The furniture is sleek, minimalist, everything sharp edges and clean lines. No clutter, no personal touches, except for the faded scent of him lingering in the air, a mix of something dark and woodsy. That's when I see him. Kane standing by the window, staring at the night staking its claim on the Japanese garden, while talking on the phone in a low, hushed tone. A breath spits out of my lungs, and I breathe. For the first time since I was cornered by his father, I inhale and exhale a large gulp of air, fill my lungs with it, completely flounder in it. He's okay. He looks like himself, vicious chaos contained in a thread of calm.
You prepared the boat?
He asks, then listens, his index finger twitching against his thigh.
No crew members, correct?
More listening, more staring out at the horizon.
I'll be there shortly.
I pull the soft black sheet to my chin. The trembling returns, the realization, the doomsday feeling. Kane killed his father. He shot him in the head in a cutthroat, emotionless way. He didn't hesitate, didn't think twice as he killed his own father. For me. No, because of me. What have I done? He tilts his head in my direction, his eyes sharp, his expression cold. My jittery insides quiver, and I feel so small in the vast bed, my emotions jumping all over the place, flaring up and detonating like a box of matches.
You're awake.
He speaks slowly, with no emotion. He's like that demon from the initiation, the unfeeling monster I couldn't reach inside of, no matter what I did. My heartbeat quickens as he walks toward me at a deliberately slow pace, the sound of his footsteps echoing in my chest.
You feel better?
His words are monotonous, robotic even. I don't even pay attention to my bandaged wrists or the warm bathrobe covering me. The pain doesn't matter anymore, not when he's looking at me as if I'm a stranger. Kane.
Yes.
I'm sorry about your father.
I'm not. I would have eventually gotten rid of him, but this came earlier than calculated.
He stops at the foot of the bed, both hands in his pockets. He's towering over me, intimidating. It makes me tremble, despite my attempts to rein it in, push it down, put on the facade I wear so well, but right now I can't.
I believe you ought to be sorry for something different, Dahlia.
I flinch, my fingers sinking into the sheets. He knows. Right. Grant promised to tell him everything. No words follow. What am I supposed to say? Am I even allowed to say anything?
You're what?
He seems larger, taller, and nothing like the Kane who held my hand while I goofed around in my hometown. There's no carefree energy, no soft looks, and certainly no rare smiles. But there's only one thought that buzzes through me. I don't want him to hate me. I don't want to lose him. Hear me out. My voice is low in the silence, broken. Lightning brightens up the sky and spills into the room, casting a menacing shadow on Kane's face. Rain patters before it pours, its rivulets trickling down the window.
I'm listening.
There's no encouragement, no softness, only a depressing, emotionless voice, But at least he's willing to give me a chance to explain myself. For over 8 years, Vi's been the only person tethering me to life. She's my world and the reason I've survived thus far. My voice is still quiet and withdrawn. So when she was attacked, I watched my world shatter before my eyes. I swore to exact revenge. I promised I'd make whoever was responsible pay, no matter what. And since my only connection to life was taken away, I felt invincible, like I had nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
He repeats slowly. Yeah. So when I went through her journal and found an entry where she described being followed by suspicious men, and she drew pictures of the rings with unintelligible symbols they wore and mentioned the vipers, I dug deeper and found out about Vencor. I remembered when I went out with Marcus that he was always rumored to come from a very influential family that belongs to a secret society, but I also knew he was never part of the family. So I didn't get close to him again, not to mention he even tried to share me with his friends.
He shared you.
His jaw ticks, his finger twitching. No, he didn't get the chance. I left and broke up with him. I didn't sleep with him either. He's nothing in the great scheme of things, to be honest, but he did mention that most of the vipers are rotten to the core, and I heard rumors that many are in Vencor.
So you got close to me to achieve your vengeance.
No, I blurt, then wince. I mean, yes, that was the goal at the start, but I soon realized you couldn't have possibly let something like Vi's attack happen. I admit that I wanted you to get me into Vencor so I could investigate and find clues, but you didn't allow that anyway. But really, I didn't suspect you. If anything, the more time I spent with you, the more the lines blurred, and I couldn't control my emotions.
Did you stop suspecting me before or after you extracted my and the team's DNA?
I gulp. He knows. Of course he knows. I was only searching for Vi's murderer. I didn't mean to harm anyone.
But you did, Dahlia.
A muscle jumps in his jaw.
Why the fuck would you leave my side in that town? Why the fuck wouldn't you let me know that Grant and Julian threatened you? That your sister was kidnapped? Why the fuck did you keep all that to yourself?
Because I didn't want you to get hurt. I shout, my vision blurry. Because your father said he'd never let me see my sister again. Vi, where is she?
She's somewhere safe, but this isn't about her.
He rounds the bed and grabs my chin. His skin is both warm and cold, gentle but commanding.
This is about your reckless fucking actions that nearly got you killed. Do you have a death wish?
Of course not. You think I wasn't scared? Because I was. I was so scared I could barely breathe. But do you know what terrified me more? The fear of losing Vi. Or you.
Then you should have never left my side.
His cool is chipping, ripping at the seams, revealing his undiluted chaos beneath the calm. I didn't have a choice.
You always have a fucking choice.
His fingers dig into my jaw. The pad's probably bruising the skin, but it doesn't matter. Because I see it. Deep in his eyes, turbulent blue. A color I've never seen in them before. Worry mixed with fear. I clutch his bare arm, my skin electrifying at the touch, but I still hold on to my courage as I let the blanket fall, then shift to my knees. His grip loosens around my jaw, enough to allow me some movement, and I brush my lips against his, softly, tentatively. They twitch. His jaw flexes, but he remains still, so still. I think he's a statue.
What the fuck are you doing?
I grab onto that courage, my breath escaping in a fractured rhythm. This is the first time I've wanted something with all my broken parts. The first time I'm willing to compromise. To even let go of the one thing that's kept me going since Vi's attack. My pride. When we separated at the bridge, I regretted not kissing you. My words are only interrupted by a flash of lightning and the pattering of rain. I regretted not holding on to you one final time. I know you probably won't forgive me, and that's okay. You're angry, so take it out on me. If you want me to run, I'll run.
Shut up, Dahlia.
I'll make it harder to catch me. I promise. Just one more time.
I said.
He pushes me back against the bed, the mattress creaking under his weight as he straddles me, his hand gripping my bathrobe's belt.
Shut the fuck up.
My heart trembles, and so does my entire body. I arch my back, my fingers reaching for his shirt, but he's already taken it off. It's somewhere on the floor now, and all I can focus on are the hard lines of his muscles. The proportionate cut planes of his chest and stomach, the dark ink that slips from his side to his abs, the snake's head at his collarbone, the scars crisscrossing his chest. He's a sight to behold. An enigma caught between morbid ruthlessness and authoritative composure. I place a trembling hand on a scar, as if I can erase it, as if I can cast a spell and make all the pain disappear. A sharp inhale expands his chest, inflating it against my hand. But he doesn't remove it, doesn't scold me for daring to touch the sun. It still burns, but that's okay. I can handle him. Kane undoes the belt of my robe in one ruthless movement, and it slips open, exposing my nakedness. My nipples are hard and perky, my breasts feel swollen. All because of his gaze.
Take it out on you.
He repeats, his voice tense, his chest heaving as he unzips his jeans, lifts himself, then removes and throws them and his boxer briefs on the floor to join his shirt. Yeah. I lift my other hand to his face, but this time he grabs it and slams it over my head on the pillow. But he doesn't hold my injured wrist, and instead flattens his palm against mine. As he leans down, his chest grazes my nipples, and I let out a small moan of need. Of something much deeper than need.
There are a lot of things to take out on you, Wildflower. So what should we start with?
He wraps his hand around my throat, angles my head to the side, and bites on my earlobe.
Your lies.
My heart jolts, a flux of both fear and pleasure rushing inside me. Kane sinks his teeth into my jaw, the crook of my neck, my shoulder, my collarbone, my nipples, everywhere. I scream, trying to grab onto him.
Your betrayal.
He sweeps his tongue against my tortured nipple, and I wiggle, welcoming the pleasurable feeling. But then he bites again.
Your lack of confidence in me.
I arch my back, my lower stomach rubbing against his hard cock. A stickiness trickles between my thighs, and I clench them together in search of some friction. But he releases my hand and slaps my thighs apart, settling his massive weight between them as he continues to suck and bite my nipple. Every lick of his tongue is a zap of pleasure to my throbbing pussy, and every bite is a reminder that this isn't only about pleasure. It's not even part of our twisted games. It's a punishment, one I'm willing to take. He bites a trail down to my stomach, nibbling and sucking on the soft skin until he reaches my pussy. I throw my head back as his lips wrap around my clit, his tongue rolling and twisting, his teeth slightly nibbling. Slick sweat covers my body as I writhe, and although the bathrobe is soft, it feels rough on my skin. My fingers sink into his hair, pushing, clenching. His grip on my throat increases with his rhythm, making me tighten and grow slicker. More turned on than I thought would ever be possible. I'm going to come. I'm going to come all over his mouth. Just when the wave is about to overtake me, Kane lifts his head, his lips still smeared with my arousal as he releases my throat.
So tell me, Dahlia, where should I start?
I bite my lower lip to keep from groaning in protest. This isn't about me. I shouldn't be mad, and yet I'm panting, trying to ignore the pulsing in my pussy, the primal need to rub myself all over his face and cum.
We should start here, don't you think?
He sits on his haunches, and his large palms cover my hips as he roughly slides me forward and maneuvers my legs onto his right shoulder until his cock is nudging at my pussy. I nod, grabbing onto the sheets. A sting of pleasure goes through me as he shallowly thrusts in my opening. With every push, I go slack, expecting him to slam in as usual, but he doesn't. My pussy's so wet, the third time he thrusts shallowly, I tighten and my eyes roll back on a groan. The orgasm is sharp and powerful, making my legs shake on his shoulder. I love the contrast of my tan skin against his lighter tone, the way his shoulder flexes, providing support against my curled toes.
You're coming already.
He tisks, slapping his cock against my sensitive clit.
Your cunt is that greedy for my cock, huh?
I whimper as the remnants of the orgasm quake through me. Or maybe it's a brand new one, bleeding into the previous one.
You know what I think?
He plunges his cock into my wet slit, eliciting electric jolts from the base of my belly.
I think I should fuck your virgin ass, Dahlia. I should stuff my cock into this tight hole and claim you as mine once and for all.
He slides my wetness to my back hole, spits on his hand, then slides it between my ass cheeks and plunges his middle finger into my tight channel. I groan, my back arching as he adds another finger, thrusting, loosening me up. Kane has often played with my ass when he's fucked me. The last time he did this, a few days ago, he fucked me with 3 fingers. It was strange and hurt in the beginning, but it always made me come. But then again, I love the way Kane dominates me, no matter what he does. I'm a bit apprehensive about anal. His cock is way bigger than his 3 fingers, but I can handle him. I'm the only one who can handle him. He angles me up so only my head and upper shoulders are on the mattress, spits on my back hole again, then rams a 3rd finger in. My gasp echoes in the air, my fractured breaths sinking with the pattering of the rain.
You're still so tight, no matter how much I play with you.
He slaps my ass cheek.
How are you going to fit my cock here, Dahlia?
I lather up his hard cock that's already covered with my juices. Pre-cum covers my hands, and I use it to lube him up more.
That's it.
He thrusts in my hand while he pumps his fingers inside me.
Make my cock nice and wet so I can fuck your ass.
My pussy throbs, and I guide him to my back hole.
So impatient.
He pulls out his fingers.
Want me to fuck you when you're barely ready? It'll hurt.
I like it when it hurts.
You're trembling.
It's okay. It's you.
It's me. If it's me, you'll let me do whatever the fuck I want with you, Wildflower. You like it when I do whatever the fuck I please, don't you? Your cunt becomes so wet and compliant, and you turn into clay in my fucking hands. Because no one can give you what I can. No one but me can fucking own you.
My heart's beating fast because he's breathing harshly. Sweat shines on his toned muscles, and his eyes are so blue, his pupils so blown up. I can see my reflection in them. You're right. I smile as tears gather in my eyes. No one but you can own me. Because I've never loved anyone but him, and I don't think I ever will. The reason I want him so much isn't only because of the sex. It's because I feel the strongest connection when his body fuses with mine. It's like I can touch his soul. And I think I do because a harsh breath expels out of him and he speaks in a rough tone.
Say it again.
You're right?
No, the part that no one but me can own you.
No one. I'm yours. Only yours.
Only mine.
His big hands wrap around my waist. He wants to flip me on my stomach, I realize. No, not now. I clutch his arm, my palms trembling on his skin, and I shake my head, my eyes wide, my cheeks heated. No.
No.
I want to see your face. He doesn't release me, and I start to panic, but I whisper, please.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He mutters, then keeps one arm around my waist and parts my ass cheeks with the other hand, nudging his cock against my hole. And then he enters. It's slow, agonizingly slow, and it feels full. So damn full, I think I'll burst. Oh, fuck. I feel my ass stretching, accommodating, greedily sucking him in.
Relax.
He strains, his tone rough, his muscles taut.
I barely managed to get the tip in and you're tightening up. Do you want to break my cock?
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. That was only the tip. I'm sweating profusely, my fingers clawing at his lean waist for leverage, but I don't think I can do it.
Relax your ass for me.
He kneads the cheek, then slaps it.
You taking my cock in your cunt. You can take it here as well.
My pussy clenches, and I moan, then go still.
You like it when I spank your little ass.
Slap.
That's it. You're doing so well, good girl.
My throat closes up and my heart swells at his words. I'm so turned on, I barely feel him thrusting in a bit more. It hurts. Yes, there's pressure and stretching and a sting of pain, but I like it. The best sex has always been a mixture of pain and pleasure for me, a combination only Kane does this well. There's always enough of both to keep me on my toes, enough to make me wet and expectant, thrilled, enamored. So I relax for him, wiggling my hips and letting him slide farther in.
Fuck.
His biceps bulge, his fingers sinking into my stomach, grounding me in place.
You're taking my cock so well, Wildflower. You're stretching to swallow me deeper and deeper.
I moan, stroking his sides, staring at him through my blurry vision. Kane doesn't break eye contact as he starts moving inside me, his cock sliding gently in my tight channel. There's nothing of his usual brutality, no slamming, no fucking like he hates me. And that makes me wetter, my wiggling more frantic, my heart soaring so high, I think I'll never come down. So I roll my hips and meet his every thrust with renewed frenzy.
Slow down.
He slaps my ass cheek again, the sting making me a puddle.
You'll hurt yourself on my cock.
Fuck me like usual. I gasp on a moan, still wiggling against him.
I won't fuck your ass like I fucked your cunt the first time.
Slap.
Stop moving.
My limbs go still at the command, and I see it then. The look in his lust-filled, enlarged pupils. He doesn't want to hurt me. He didn't care the first time in that tunnel, but now he does. Now he moves slowly, going deeper but unhurriedly. He's keeping himself in check, under control, the veins in his neck throbbing with tension, his hair damp. A droplet of sweat falls on my nose and he grunts. But he doesn't ram into me, doesn't slam harder. Instead, he watches for my body's signals. And only when I relax, only when I accommodate him, he picks up his pace. Gradually, slowly, treating me like a treasured flower instead of the wildflower he's always called me. Damn it. I think I'm falling in love with him harder than I ever thought possible. A zap of pleasure slashes through me, and my head becomes foggy. My hips roll, matching his rhythm, going gently, so gently, and tears slide down my cheeks. Kane leans forward, darts his tongue out, and licks those tears, swallowing them, leaving a warm stickiness on my cheeks.
Why are you crying? Does it hurt?
No, it feels so good. It's the tears that turn you on. He chuckles against my mouth, his teeth grazing the corner of my lips before he sucks them into his mouth. Kane kisses me as deeply as he fucks me, but it's at a leisurely pace, taking his time to nibble on my lips, play with my tongue. And when his hand that's around my waist reaches down to my clit, I'm a goner. I can't last long. Not when he fucks me as if his body is telling me things I don't understand but still fall for anyway. Maybe it's also his form of goodbye. Or maybe, just maybe, he's ruining me for other men. Because no one can touch me like he does, kiss me like he does, make me feel safe like he does. I moan in his mouth as the orgasm rips through me, lighting me on fire. My arms wrap around his neck, my nails clawing at his back, at those scars, wanting them gone, but also loving him more because of them. Because he survived them. This man killed 2 men before my eyes not too long ago, one of them his father. And I still shatter in his arms, like I never have with anyone. Kane's rhythm picks up, thrusting at a commanding pace. Maybe it's because I'm still hazy from the orgasm, but it doesn't hurt. Yes, I feel full. So full, I think he'll burst out of my stomach. But it's the good kind of fullness. I hold on to him tighter, hugging him to me as he buries his head in the crook of my neck, and then warmth fills my ass. The world goes still for a moment, our harsh breaths echoing in the air, his body wrapped all over mine, his cock throbbing inside me. My fingers stroke his rich brown strands, my eyes half open, my heart completely full. I love you, I want to say, but the words get stuck in my throat. Though he said I'm only his, the fear that he'll never get over my betrayal paralyzes me. So I'd rather not make a fool of myself. My hand falls to my side, and I close my eyes to commit him to memory. His warmth, his breaths, his loudly beating heart, his scent, his everything.
Don't sleep yet.
His husky voice echoes in the air.
I'm not done with you.
My eyes blink open, and Kane pulls out, his cum trickling out of me and onto the bed. I want to talk to him some more. I want to ask a lot of questions. But I want to bask in this moment for a while longer. I want to just live in this moment. He lifts me up in one smooth movement, and I squeal as I wrap my arms and legs around his neck and waist. He walks me to the shower with sure strides while I'm all over him. Kane. I breathe, half exhausted, half thrilled.
I'm going to fuck my cunt. This time, it'll be rough.
And then he does exactly as he promised. And I wish this moment would never end. I wish reality would never come.
All right. Well, that has been today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. My goodness. It's a little hot in here. God damn, baby. Jesus. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will see you guys on, I'll see you guys tomorrow if you're on Patreon, and I'll see you guys on Sunday if you're not. Love you guys all, and peace.